Okay, so a lot of people really liked the advice for junior developers, right? And honestly, I didn't really think you'd do that well, but it actually did quite well. So I'm going to make this into a series, and we're going to cover different topics each time that I think that would be useful, that I wish someone had told me when I first started, right? So let's get into it. So today, we are going to be looking at a skill that's really important, more so than you being able to code, right? And that's problem solving, right? I cannot begin to emphasize enough how important problem solving is. And you might already say like, yeah, I know. I mean, that's what everyone does, right? If you're a programmer, whatever, even actually any field, right? You know, you need to be able to solve problems, right? But this is why I'm putting an emphasis on it. A lot of people, or a lot of juniors, will know good syntax, will know how to code, right? But they won't necessarily be good problem solvers because they haven't worked in like these large corporations, right? And working on like complex tasks, and won't be used to solving those kind of level of problems. You might, might have solved like a bug or two when you're working on your own applications, right? But you haven't seen problems, right? Until you worked somewhere. So how can I go ahead and learn that, right? How can I build my skills in problem solving? And it's very, very simple, right? Start to take up tasks that require you to think outside the box. Take tasks that you're not comfortable with, right? And a lot of people, and I think it's a good thing, right? So don't get me wrong, you should ask for help if you don't know what you're doing or you don't know how to do it. Rather than wasting time, you go to someone, learn from them, get their help. That's fine. But you can't do that all the time, right? And you can't do that for every single task. So you have to take up things that are outside of your comfort zone and just break that problem down. When you learn how to effectively break down a problem, you'll learn how to solve things. Because as you progress and problems come on your plate, if you're a senior developer, let's say, for example, right? And this is what a lot of seniors will tell you. Most of the time, they won't know what the solution is, right? Straight away, if you come to them with a problem, they won't have the solution ready, right? But they know how to break that problem down and get the solution. That's what makes a good senior developer, right? And that's what you need to learn when you're a junior, right? Forget about trying to memorize things and like memorizing syntax and whatever it is. Just learn how to break problems down. And if you can break it down into like single bits, you can solve each one like with that kind of approach, right? And so I think that's really, really important because I've noticed a lot of junior devs, they'll get a problem and they'll look at it and like, obviously they don't really know what's going on and they'll start to panic. And then in that panic, you don't get to solve anything. And you're kind of just looking at the problem as a whole, rather than trying to break it down bit by bit or writing down steps. Right, okay, I'm going to do this first, and then I'm going to try this, and then I'm going to try that, then I'm going to try that. And then that's how you can like go ahead and like solve a problem, right? You just need to get started and say, okay, first I'm going to focus on this. I'm going to see if something's going to come of it. If it doesn't, that's fine. We're going to scrap that. We're going to go and look at something else, right? And that's like how you would address a problem. You just have to go bit by bit, right? You don't need to tackle the whole thing head on. So yeah, hopefully that advice is good, and we'll continue the series. I think next we're going to cover communication, which I think is really, really important.